OK, as promised, let's get to transfers. Marcus Rashford has been talking about his future, given the biggest hint yet about where he'd like to be playing next season. The man to tell us more is Mark McAdam. Good afternoon to you, Mark. You're going to talk us through all the latest in the transfer market. Let's start with Rashford, shall we? It was always going to be a big name that we're going to be following possibly all summer long. What is the latest?
Yeah, he's obviously a huge superstar. You know, he's been in a huge part of the Premier League over the last few seasons. And obviously back in July 2023, he signed that bumper new 5-year deal to keep him at Old Trafford for a number of years. He was given a big wage packet of over £300,000 a week. He'd just come off the back of that fantastic campaign where he'd scored close to 30 goals in the season. And he looked like being the main man for Manchester United for many years to come. It's funny how things can change in football. Last season, he was sent out on loan for the second half of the campaign to Aston Villa, where he re-emerged as someone that could still do it at the very highest level. Couple of goals, 4 assists, some eye-catching performances in the Champions League and the Premier League. And Aston Villa had the option to get Marcus Rashford to stay at Villa Park for £40 million, but they decided against exercising that option in that loan deal that was done and instead decided to send him back to Manchester United. Now, Marcus Rashford still has 3 years left on his Old Trafford contract. And obviously when he's on huge wages, if he's not going to feature in their first team, they need to try and find a way for him to move on and continue his football elsewhere. And that's where a number of clubs in and around Europe have been having those discussions. We know that Marcus Rashford has said on a number of occasions he'd love to join Barcelona. That would be a dream of his. In April this year, he said, I'd like to still play at the highest level and I'd still like to play in the Champions League. So that rules out a number of other sides as well. And over the course of the last 24 hours, it's quite interesting, Jules, because guess what? He's been speaking about Barcelona again and potentially playing alongside Lamine Yamal. Now, who wouldn't want to play alongside someone of his quality and calibre and someone who's going to be hugely influential in the world of football over the course of the next few years? So, yeah, Marcus Rashford did actually sit down with Spanish YouTubers, ex-Bayer, who have 5.8 million followers on the video platform. Previously, they have interviewed big-name stars such as Lamine Yamal himself. Here's what Marcus Rashford had to say about potentially playing alongside Yamal.
We saw you commented in Instagram. What do you think about him?
He's going to be... It's difficult to put into words what he's doing because he's not supposed to be doing it.
No.
16, 17.
We were with Lamine and we asked to him, what do you think when you are on the pitch with this age? And he says that it's normal.
He's just playing now.
Yeah, he's normal.
Yeah, but this alone is a skill. To have this mentality is a skill.
Would you like to play with Lamine someday?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I think everybody in the world wants to play with the best, you know, so
yeah.
Hopefully we'll see.
Let's talk Manchester United. Bryan and Mbeumo, we've been talking about him. What's the latest?
Yeah, it's going to be a huge summer, isn't it, for Manchester United? We know there's a lot of attention and pressure under Ruben Amorim as he looks to reshape this Manchester United squad under his DNA. And this man is without question going to be a big part of it. But Manchester United have got to get to the price that Brentford want. We know that their first offer has been rejected. That was £45 million plus £10 million in add-ons. Our information is that Brentford are looking for £60 million upward. This is a man that's almost guaranteed goals for Brentford. He's their top Premier League goal scorer, which is some achievement in itself, more than Ivan Toney, because everyone thinks about Brentford and goals and they think of Ivan Toney. This man has been a consistent presence throughout the last 5-6 years since he joined in 2019. He's formed really good partnerships. He cost Brentford just £4 million from Troyes. He was scouted, watched, looked at by Lee Dykes and Phil Giles, who have done an incredible job, and now they're looking to sell him for £60+ million. So first offer rejected. However, we know that Manchester United are super keen on Bryan and Mbeumo, so it's expected there will be a second offer at some stage soon.
OK, so they want him. Are forwards the priority for United, Carve?
I think they are. Scoring goals was a major problem for United last season. They're moving quickly to address that glaring weakness. We've already seen them complete a deal for Matheus Cunha. I think Bryan and Mbeumo has basically let everyone know.
Meanwhile, Brentford's Bryan Mbeumo, with 20 Premier League goals, is pushing for a £60 million move to Old Trafford, snubbing Spurs, says The Athletic. But here's the twist. Marcus Rashford's dream Barcelona move is off after their Nico Williams deal, leaving Napoli and Milan circling, per The Guardian. With Matheus Cunha's £62.5 million signing done, United's attack is heating up.
Communication that are open between him and VIKTOR GYÖKERES and his representatives. The big question is, would VIKTOR GYÖKERES be willing to move to Manchester United when they're not in Europe? He's going to have options of playing for Champions League clubs. He could even stay at Sporting and play in the Champions League as well. But I still think United have got a big pull. And what we're seeing this summer from Manchester United is they are not just going to take,